Finding the ideal companion seems to take a lot of effort. Finding a partner you can spend the rest of your life with may seem impossible because relationships involve so many different factors, such as attractiveness, trust, honesty, communication, closeness, and sex life. I'm here to inform you that there is still hope, though. Because it is impossible, choosing a wife or a husband is not difficult. It's challenging because we approach it incorrectly. Instead of turning inward and making ourselves whole first, we go forth to the world and expect to find someone to complete us. Working on your relationship with yourself is the key to having the finest relationships or selecting a life partner. For the sake of clarity, let's go back and repeat it. Working on your relationship with yourself is the secret to having the best relationships. How then do you pick a life partner? What qualities do you seek in a partner? What qualities should a relationship have? If it does, lean in and pay attention since it is a clue that it may seem cliché to you. Before selecting the appropriate spouse for marriage, or letting the right relationship discover you, there are, in my opinion, 20 things that you need to take care of. What aspects should you take into account while choosing a spouse for life? Give each one your whole attention, and be patient while you go through the process of selecting a lifelong mate. The beginning of the relationship of your dreams is near. Well, here are 20 ways on how to choose a life partner. Be sure to stick right out to the end. 1. Start loving yourself. The hardest step is definitely this one, but if you can get beyond it, you'll have plenty of momentum to move on to the other two. The first step in learning to love yourself is to accept both your strengths and your weaknesses. After that, you must accept and love them for who they are. Knowing that every aspect of you has value can help you to practice self-love. Enjoy your strengths and be aware of areas for development. It's all a wonderful synthesis of who you are. But here's the thing, nobody else will be able to see your magnificence in both your good and negative qualities if you can't. There will always be a subliminal doubt that you emit until you fully accept and own who you are. It kind of acts as an excellent relationship repellent. People will be self-conscious and unwilling to participate in that baggage. Avoid skipping this step. The way you treat yourself serves as a sign for how you should be treated by others. Make certain that the message is appropriate. 2. Be honest about your dating habits without passing judgment. It's time to take stock of your past now that you've grown to appreciate yourself a little bit more. It won't ever be perfect, we're just human. So, be gracious to yourself. Be gentle to yourself in the past. We all have flaws. You are not an outlier. You'll start to see a pattern when you reflect on your earlier committed relationships. You might have seen that you chose individuals that you knew you couldn't trust in order to give yourself a convenient escape if they acted dishonestly. You could have noticed that the folks you gravitated toward didn't have a busy schedule. Perhaps you desired to be the center of their universe or to feel superior to them. 3. Be wholly yourself. Since it is the final filter, this process is the most enjoyable. You're going to eliminate those who aren't a good fit for you and attract those who are. Some individuals might find it offensive, but if it does, let them go. You can put on the shoes you were meant to walk in all along once you've worked to love yourself a little more and acknowledge your past mistakes. You'll radiate confidence and attract admiring individuals who will value every aspect of who you are. Will it initially feel uneasy? Absolutely. However, this place will be more beautiful than anything you've ever seen as you've wandered from person to person. This will serve as your public declaration that you are prepared to face any challengers. I can assure you that individual will appear. 4. Look for a laugh-inducing person. Make sure the person you are interested in has a good sense of humor when you are searching for a suitable mate. This is what you should look for when selecting a spouse without a doubt. At the end of the day, all you want is someone to unwind with, and if that person has a propensity to remain pessimistic, you won't particularly enjoy it. 5. Take lessons from your encounter. Why did your partnerships fail? How much of those partnerships' failure may be attributed to your behavior or that of your partner? Each relationship has something to teach us. These classes are essential if you want to advance. Once you've gained some experience, try making adjustments. Avoid those who bring up bad memories for you on purpose. Give the aspects of the relationship that are most important to you more consideration. As you did in the past, try not to disregard them now. You won't achieve better achievements in the future by continuing to act the same way you did in the past. Recognize your mistakes and make the necessary changes to your behavior to attract better individuals into your surroundings. 6. Opposites draw together. Contrary to popular belief, opposites do attract when picking a spouse. It's because the qualities you could be looking for in a relationship are already there in the person who attracts you to them. It sort of makes you feel complete. Therefore, be careful to choose someone who is different from you when making the appropriate choice for yourself. There should be a certain amount of surprise and mystery at the end of the day. 7. Make sure you two share the fundamentals. Even while you might want your ideal mate to be a little different from you, you still need to make sure that you both have similar morals. Sharing values strengthens the basis of your partnership. Simple things like coming to an agreement on the number of children you want or sticking to your budget help to establish an environment where your partnership may flourish. For example, your views on parenting, marriage, spirituality, and other ideas should somewhat align with those of your potential partner in order to prevent long-term disagreement. 8. Don't accept less. You could have moments of desperation when trying to find a life companion for yourself. You would want to make adjustments, make concessions, and accept less than what you had originally desired. However, we advise you to hold off. It's because you won't feel fulfilled by settling for less, either in the short or long term. To determine if you are truly engaging in the pattern of settling for less, look out for these indicators. 9. Track down a first-rate human being. At some point, you could think you have met the right spouse because they show you love, give you gifts, and compliment you, but that isn't all you should be on the lookout for. Love will take a back seat as you both move forward with one another and are exposed to one another for who you truly are on the inside. Therefore, always select a nice person over someone who is merely able to communicate their love more effectively. 10. Verify the compatibility of your communications. Can you effectively interact with your prospective partner? One of the crucial components of the partnership is communication. It needs to be improved if you both find it difficult to communicate or listen to each other, or you can think about making a different decision. The continuation of the partnership depends on effective communication. This is one of the largest relationship problem solvers in the long run. 11. Be open to dating. You shouldn't give up hope just because you've experienced past heartbreak. You need to get over your fears, go out, and be open to meeting people in order to find the appropriate guy or girl. But how might courtship and dating assist you in finding your lifelong partner? Additionally, this will broaden your perspective and enable you to pinpoint the qualities you value in a potential relationship. This implies that you discover a lot about yourself in addition to educate yourself not to be so sensitive to rejection. 12. Avoid making rash decisions. You don't necessarily need to decide right away if you find someone suitable just because you are on a frenzy of how to choose a life partner. A reminder, not everything that glitters is gold. Layers vary from individual to person. Therefore, before pursuing a higher level of intimacy, take your time to get to know the other person. 13. Keep negativity at a distance. You must make space in your life for each of those phases of the process in order to become actual. Get away from the poisonous people who might cloud your judgment by establishing distance between you. By meditating or taking up a pastime activity, you may carve out time for yourself. In order to give yourself the mental room you need to step back and accept who you are, do whatever you can. 14. Devote a lot of time to one another. The more time you spend with your potential mate, the more you will learn about them. Therefore, do not avoid meeting them while making your marriage selection. Gather at various times and locations, such as brunches, dinner dates, adventure parks, and movie theaters. Get to know them well by meeting them frequently. 15. Pick a respectable partner. Living with someone who disrespects you, your personality, or minimizes your aspirations in life is challenging. Make sure to pick a life partner who will respect all facets of your life when making this decision. One of the essential qualities to look for in a life relationship is mutual respect. 16. Your family's ability to cope. Examining a potential life partner's capacity for adjustment with your family should be one of your selection criteria. Family will always play a significant role in your life as a source of strength. Your potential life partner's suitability for you can be determined by them. You may be picking the wrong life mate if they are unable to deal with your family members. 17. Capability to control anger. Two individuals with different characteristics make up a partnership. You might occasionally get into unpleasant confrontations with a lot of resentment. You might criticize one another unfairly. It tells you a lot about future reactions how your potential life partner handles anger. If your future spouse has trouble controlling their rage, things could get out of hand once you tie the knot. One of the most important characteristics of a good spouse is their capacity to control their wrath. 18. Forgiveness and the capacity to forget. Your partner's capacity for forgiveness and forgetfulness is closely tied to his or her capacity for anger management. Having intercourse, kissing, and other intimate activities are not usually central to a relationship. It is accepted that conflicts do happen in some fashion. A companion who does not constantly bring up prior arguments is someone you should be careful to find. 19. The ability to make a commitment to the relationship. There are two sides to every relationship. To make the relationship successful, each participant must be committed. Select a spouse-to-be who prioritizes you and shows regard for your needs while picking the perfect partner. So in conclusion, you must use both your heart and your brain while selecting a life mate if you're wondering how to pick the ideal companion for marriage. These suggestions are invaluable when choosing a mate, so if you're looking for Mr. or Mrs. Right, you'd be wise to try them out. They exist, but they won't find you until you start loving yourself and displaying that love to everyone around you. And finally, 20. Be part of our journey by hitting the subscribe button and giving us a thumbs up. By doing this, it helps us build a community of bright-minded people. All the best. A bright life awaits you.